And we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Hollinger.
Drivers around the corners as long as they hit their...
Max on lid. We're racing race number
1. Hi, I'm Ian, and as you know, I am the designer at Abruzzi, and today we're going to talk about karting boots. There they are, they look a bit bland, but as you know, we pride ourselves on being custom at Abruzzi, so you can have your own name, flag, your logo, and look at the colours, everything you could want from under the rainbow. There's suedes, there's leathers, the possibilities are almost endless. There's reds, there's blues, there's greens, orange, pink, everything. Squirrels! No, not squirrels. Gold looks nice though. Get your custom boots and gloves at abruzzi.co.uk. All of our products are high quality and handmade, so get your wear your way.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallant in the open road. Got the throttle wide open.
Alright, everyone, welcome here live on MaxSpeedTV, the Loose Lug Nuts Racing Series, Bruzy Racewear USA Cup Series here at Loose Lug Nuts. Like I said, it's going to be a great night here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 125 laps ahead of us. We are live here early, going into the last 10 minutes of practice. It's Support Our Troops week here at Loose Lug Nuts after Veterans Day. I want to give a special shout out to all our veterans out there on the track, out there listening, out there rewatching. Thank you for your service. We continue to honor y'all this week. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and bring up one of those veterans that I did not get a podcast interview with and talk to him real quick. Mr. Chris Shaw, do you got a copy?
10-4.
All right, we're here with the 05 here at Loose Lug Nuts Racing. Like I said, we didn't get an interview with you on the podcast, but I wanted to give you a special shout out here as we come into our final night of Support the Troops Week. You're away from family the last 2 weeks. Crazy plane schedule you had there that I saw. But, tell the people out there, you're active duty in the Navy. Tell them what it is that you do to serve our country.
I'm an operations specialist. Been in the Navy for 16 years now. Best way to describe my job is I'm an FA-18 fighter pilot. Without knowing how to fly the jet, I tell the fighter pilots where the bad guys are and take them there. So, right now in the community of expeditionaries, so helping the CBs, ordnance guys, and also coastal marine, giving them assessments. So I've been doing that for, like I said, 16 years. I got about 10 more years and probably going to retire.
Yeah, a lot of people do shoot for that 20. That is the mark of military. Thanks for sharing, the little personal details there. You've been at it quite a while. From what we've talked to, a lot of guys look back on their service as a great thing. If you had to say anything to people that were looking to join the service, the military altogether, be it, the Navy, the Army, the Marine Corps, even the Coast Guard and the Air Force, if we want to put them up there, we'll dig on those guys. But, for anyone out there, what would you say, what priorities would you want to get straight for those people to look at joining the military?
Well, the military give you a lot of discipline, a lot of work ethic. If you're not knowing what to do in your life, it's a great adventure. Benefits are great. Everything about the military is actually really good. Even if you work outside the military, you always got to work for someone. You're always being told what to do. So the same with the military. So why not collect the paycheck and go see the world? But the satisfaction that you get at the end of the day for just supporting your country is amazing, and just providing that freedom and safety for America is just not above.
Well, all right, Chief, as we like to call you up here in the booth. Glad to see you back home around family, back to work on Monday, I guess. But thanks for sharing some time, a little bit of story up here. We'll get you down for the last few minutes of practice.
Thanks.
All right, everyone. That was Chris Chief Shaw out there in that 05, Chief of the United States Navy. So, like I said, it's Support the Troops week here at Loose Lug Nuts Racing. Special paints out there, too. Mr. D'Amico flipped through some of them. Get down there and look at them. We'll take the guy on the top of the practice leaderboard right now, or at least third, Daniel Smallwood, sorry. Third in the number 5 machine. Rocking the stars and stripes up there. All the armed forces on the hood. As we saw a crash go right past them. There's going to be a lot of paints out there tonight. A lot of people repping for each branch, or all the branches at once, or just a patriotic paint scheme. That number 2 machine, Brandon Murray. Difficult to see the number, at least it's a little bit camoed in there with the stars. The U.S. Army. I think that's another Kozlowski throwback. His Thursday truck that I seen personally was really well done up. Yet again, this one is very nice. And if I forgot to mention, I'm Jeff Wood, obviously. Hopefully I said that. I probably didn't, but Mr. D'Amico's up here in the booth with me, running the cameras. Any of the action you see out there is from Mr. D'Amico. We'll work our tails off here tonight to get you all the replays if needed and all the action seen. Well, as we sit here and we're looking at some of those paints again, I'm going to bring up Judd Danielson in that 85 machine. Hey Judd, you got a copy, buddy? Judd Danielson, 85. A little bit unfortunate. We'll see if one of his teammates there can speak on his behalf. I just wanted to throw out our sponsor there, Judd Danielson with Abruzzi Racewear USA. Your wear, your way. Obviously, the sponsor here for the Cup Series at Loose Lug Nuts Racing, and was trying to get a word in with him. Let's see if I can't pull up the voice of Ray Richer in that 44 machine. Wanted to talk to Judd. He was a little bit quiet there, Ray, but you know, Savage rocking the Abruzzi schemes all around. How are you doing in that 44 machine tonight?
Yeah, we practiced a little earlier before we got here in the practice tonight, and it seems like you can hold these things wide open for, my lord, about 10 laps. The problem is when you get in a group of cars, the aero push seems to be back, especially when you get up to full speed. Otherwise, it seems the tire wear is really good. We had great tire wear after 15 laps of practice, solid. Got up to 20 laps one point in time. Not much of a change. You just got to learn when to lift the throttle off just a little bit and back off. But a lot of these guys have got to calm down a little bit. A lot of guys try to force their way to the front and not settle in, and that kind of what causes a lot of issues. But otherwise, car's doing great tonight, man.
Yeah. You mentioned that, you know, if you get the run, either you're going to get the block or going to get the inside. The person on the outside either has to choose to lift or choose to run you tight through the corner. You're just saying that there's too much, you know, early on, you know, running people tight.
Yeah, I didn't mention anything about a block or anything, but yeah, a lot of guys, like I said, they want to get up front and they want to be there all night long. The thing is you got to kind of settle in. Like, I'll give you a good example. Last night I ran the Xfinity race here with these guys, and I was started at 8th place, and I ended up after the first lap we had a wreck. I decided to go to the back, immediately pitted, got 4 tires, got fuel, went to the back, and still fought my way up through the field, just took my time, didn't force nothing, and throughout the night I ended up, I think, about 9th last night, 7th, I can't remember, but regardless, I know it was a top 10. So if you be patient with these things, especially with these monster cars, it can pay off in the end. You just got to take your time, realize what you're doing, and give and take. Don't give all the time, give and take. That is the biggest thing right there.
All right, Ray, excellent insights. Thank you for coming up. Good luck tonight, and thanks for putting on that practice with your team there.
Appreciate that, bud.
All right, we're about 30 seconds away, so I'll hold off. Maybe we'll see a paint or something real quick. Let's see. Let's go to that number 3 machine there, Mr. D'Amico. See what he's rocking. As always, it looks good from Over the Top Paints and Designs. Nice looking outfitted paint there from John Hedrick. Stars and stripes, and we support our troops on a badge up on the front of that hood. Always looking nice. right, here we go over into qualifying. We'll get another quick glimpse over that 3 as we get ready, and those guys get set to go out. Open qualifying, but I'm going to spend at least the first half of this 5-minute session talking about points. Yes, about points here. Week number 5 of points racing. We're getting close to the next special event, but here we go into that points. The 2019-2020 Abruzzi Racewear Cup Series points. Looking for Mr. D'Amico to see in the server. I think we're gonna hold off real quick. All right, Mr. D'Amico is gonna have to do some little fancy thing here. Probably got dropped from the server or something. Hopefully he's not stuck in scenic mode. That happens sometimes. Yeah, hopefully this is not a scheme that goes on here tonight, even for our drivers, but back this screen, you're hearing my voice now. Yep, D'Amico dropped finally. Boy, it was a long drop for him. Look at those sponsors there. We're going to have a great rest of the season. We still got a long way to go. March is the ending time frame for the final race of the season here at Loose Lug Nuts. So it's still a long March. Special events on MaxSpeedTV and will be coming up. I'm not quite sure if we've settled on a track. Maybe Chicagoland. I know we did Dega for Scary Halloween scenario, but we're up for Thanksgiving. Maybe let the drivers spread out. Imagine it'll be the Xfinity or Cup car for that race. I don't know. Chicagoland's always a personal favorite. I know John likes to go to. It's a safe track and you get some good racing. Mr. Binko's going to have to refresh even more, do some extra stuff. We'll get it live here shortly enough. I was typing last week, now I'm just your radio host to you. Went from, reading, and now you get to hear me this week. Justin Michaels at top of the speed chart so far in qualifying, about 2 minutes left. Not a surprise there. Daniel Smallwood, last night's winner in the Xfinity Series, last week winner at Pocono. Ronald Klein, he's on the up. He's at third so far in the speed charts. Pansula, they're in fourth. That's good to see. I always like to see the 01 moving up on those speed charts. So is Ken Richardson. That's our top 5 so far in qualifying. I would not withdraw, Mr. D'Amico. No, you were definitely as a watcher. Is the thing grayed out? Does it say watch and it's grayed out or something? That should let you back in. Well, are you up for rebooting, Mr. D'Amico? Well, I mean, hopefully maybe you're hearing half this conversation here or the other full side. I'm not really sure. Well, yeah, y'all are probably confused as heck out there. Mr. D'Amico might have to close the simulator This will probably be the best time to do it as we're about to end qualifying and enter a... Yeah, everything's going to go down. Just stay tuned. We'll be back. If not, you get to listen to Jeff Type. Well, listen to Jeff Type. I'll be back. We'll talk to y'all soon. Sitting on the grid. Yeah, it's the same stream key. You're using reusable stream keys, right? I've seen it. I thought it was just a driver thing. We'll get in there. We'll make it look good. Bring up points during a caution or something. Well, maybe we are live. Not really seeing it on the YouTube delay. Type if you can hear my voice.
Green.
All right, here we go. We're actually just getting the green flag and a crazy start it was. Mr. D'Amico's going to get all settled in. Hopefully I can keep you up to date with the action as we get going here. People are diving and dodging. There goes Aaron Bennett to the bottom. Corey Blevins now running up. He had a great qualifying time. Now going to take the lead away from Justin Michael, who's stuck on the outside with T. Rowdy. Travis Browder, the 18. Looks like the 990 Will Davis running with Savage team is up there in that position number 2 with Daniel Smallwood. Got some action going on in the middle of that group. We'll get to it shortly. Mr. D'Amico's going to give me a thumbs up in my ear when he is fully ready to go. Alright, just wanting to make sure his internet is doing the best possible. I'm trying to fix YouTube on my end. Refresh if you need to. I like to stay involved in the chat here on Sunday nights. All right, we got the picture of the track with Smallwood family coming out there. Oh, Dangle's making early moves out there. If you got drivers you want to shout out, as long as we're staying live here tonight, we'll pick them up the best way possible. Actually, running pretty decent here. I mentioned that little bit of a hectic restart, and there was contact out there. About, I would say, 7th, 8th place on the first start of the night. But Blevins, Michael Smallwood all on the inside. Now Will Davis stuck on the out. Browder getting down there to the bottom. People are going to start getting, contact, Blevins. God, 24 around. We'll have that replay coming out shortly. Caution is out. Not sure what happened. We'll have to get down there deep in to see what happened here. Yeah. That replay's going, and if you're watching it the way I am, it just looked like Michael gave him a bumper shot, a clean bumper shot. Well, it wasn't clean, obviously, but the wrong way to give a bumper shot there. 24 got hit in the left side of that bumper, and we all know that these A cars do not line up very well. So that will be the 24's night. Fortunately, that's early quick caution. 6 laps in, they'll be going down to the pits. We're going to actually bring up those points now that we were going to talk about. How about it? All right, here we go. Look at Daniel Smallwood coming into the night. First place, 3 out of 4 races run. I think he missed Richmond or the race before that. It doesn't matter. We had a drop race there, so he's in control of the lead by 2 points coming into tonight. Justin Michael second. Also with the win, has not finished outside the top 5, Justin Michael. Mitchell Reeves third, but he's going to miss tonight. He's down here in Gulfport, Mississippi, finishing up drag weekend at the local track. Not drag as in, different clothes, but drag racing. Well, I got to say that right. He's going to get a kick out of that one. But he'll be back next week. He'll have to use Charlotte as a drop. That means he won't be able to drop any other race. Keith Haney is fourth. He's doing well. Hasn't finished outside the top 10. Ken Richardson moving up on in points there in 5th spot, as is Jeff Merck in 6th spot. Mark Jackson 7th in points. Tied for 8th is Randy Arms. Bob Wells also missing Richmond. He's tied for that 8th spot with 161 points. Kyle Chadwick falling back in the last couple of weeks. Hasn't had successful runs, Mr. Top 10. He does have a win, though. He's in 10th. 11th is Kevin Fetty. Tyler Needham there, falling back a couple spots. I don't think Pocono was kind to him either, but looking to rebound for Tyler Needham. Trey Galgan in that 49 machine, 13th. Tons of spot gains from last week. Brian Abbott fell back a little bit, 14th, tied with Trent Drum there. 16th, John Essen. I am sorry, John. I know you're watching this. Again, I will not attempt your last name without getting it down. 17th, Ray Richer. He moved up some spots. 18th, Gene Rogers finally had a successful run. Jack Watts fell back tremendously after a bad Pocono. And tied for 20th will be James Haney. And I know y'all probably don't see it, John Henderson and the 111 machine. Yeah, still working out some bugs here. If you're not hearing the, the cars or whatnot, yeah, it's not being nice to Mr. D'Amico tonight, who's capturing all these points. So that was our top 20 in points for the Cup Series after 4 races. Race number 5 and race number 6, that being next week, obviously, before we go into our next special event. And before I sound anywhat less than what I should, I will make sure what the next race is as soon as I see it here. Yes, New Hampshire, I should have guessed. So NASCAR is now officially off, and Loose Lug Nuts Racing continues to move forward. We'll have a long season ahead of us, like I was talking about before we had to go dark there. Wave rounds happening. 031 of Aaron Bennett. And it looks like the 2 of Brandon Murray had to get a wave round. Travis Browder rocking that 18 machine. The man's happy himself with his favorite driver winning the championship. At least my favorite of those 4. The guy can drive, though. Ain't no doubt in Kyle Busch and his abilities. Smallwood's going to be on that outside restart. Pansula's out there. Again, like I said, if you want to know where your drivers are at tonight, shout them out. I'm doing my best. I got my kid's phone up here for the YouTubes. Well, at the very least, I hope you like the sound of my voice, because I think Mr. All right. Well, hopefully we don't get a quick caution, but at some point we may have to, go a little bit quiet on the mic and allow Mr. D'Amico as he goes there. He's actually going to try to get relogged in. Believe you're still hearing my voice at least. Am I still alive, Mr. D'Amico? All right. Mr. D'Amico is frustrated on the other end. Yeah, poor Mr. D'Amico, broken truck last week and broken computer, not broken computer, but difficulties on the sim. Nonetheless, we are restarted. I'll try to keep the momentum down so it's more radio-ish. But Browder controls that lead. Smallwood's going to be challenging on the outside on the first lap of the restart. I didn't see anything up towards the front. We'll roll maybe in the back towards 16th. That would be Sean Doerr at the time. Running around, looks like Zach McSwain. And our Friday and Thursday broadcaster, Matt Egan, in this race. Yeah, we do got that shout out there for John Pansula. Well, he qualified well. He's running well. I like to see that from the 01. Good contender last year and during the summer, trying to get back up on that horse. He's rolling around in third position right now. Guy we talked to. Oh, Mr. D'Amico says he's got car sounds. That's good. Real good racing up towards fourth. I know we talked to him already. Chris Chief Shaw trying to challenge for that fourth place over Ken Richardson. Chief missed last week, maybe 2 weeks, unfortunately, due to his job and having to be away. So he's there challenging away. 05 with the 16 there. Not able to make the pass. It looks like that outside is really strong at the moment. Still steady because it's a good competition and they're not pushing each other too much. They're challenging for spots, but here goes a challenge for second place. John Pantula trying to make a move on Daniel Smallwood. Looks like Clean Air is king right now. Smallwood almost came down a little bit on the middle of the corner, but successfully makes the pass or retains the position over John Pansula. Look at that Jeremy Crandell, that nicely done 73 machine right now behind the 05. Josh Scott, the 23, now below him in the corner. 73 there. Got the Scoops logo on it, our new Saturday sponsor, thanks to Jeremy Crandell. Dylan Ackert there in that Navy machine, 924, sneaking in. Maybe Jeff Merck there also. Oops, Scott almost ran that corner a little bit too deep. Had to slow up out of the corner. That's going to hurt the 23 machine. Pass for second. Now there's a new leader with Daniel Smallwood. Let's go to the front real quick. Trying to catch some action around 10th place. Smallwood has that lead now. Ken Richardson up to second. Browder looks like he may be falling back. May have used up some tires out front there. Pansula's running around fourth. Chief Shaw fifth at the moment. Smallwood used the high side at least to get to the front. Now he's trying to step away with it. Sorry we didn't catch that action, but it looked like it to be a good pass. I think there's still some running around with the 73. They're door to door with the 924 Dylan Acker, Jeff Merck there. Chief Shaw stuck on the outside. Looks like he's losing speed and tire at the moment. We'll see that battle continue. I'll jump through the standings here to find some other battles. for the most part, these guys are singled out, you know, making passes. All the way back to James Haney right now, that 55 machine, making the pass on John S. there, the 934, that Coast Guard machine there. Real nice paint job. So easy racing here, even though we had that caution. It did come up to the front there. I think tires are starting to go, and these guys up. Was there a car through the infield, I think? Wait to see guys through the timing session drop. Not really seeing it, maybe a graphical issue on my end, but these guys are going to start pushing turn 4 and turn 2 really tight out of the corner. We'll have to watch who can compensate for that. Right now, we'll go back up front to Daniel Smallwood and that 5 machine. Doing a perfectly well-rounded job up front. Already has a win this week on the Xfinity side last night here at Charlotte. So he knows what he's doing. We're early on to this race. Still around 100 laps to go. A 125 lap race here tonight at Charlotte under this nice and even weather. 15 incident limits, no fast repair. So as always here at Loose Limits Racing, you got to repair that damage manually under the sim. Yellow, we'll get it to you real quick. See if the button actually works. Looks to be the 934 then and the 96. We'll get that call and replay coming up real quick. 934. Nope, 934. John, gosh, I'm going to take a stab at the name. Shulamansky. Well, that might be close enough. Now, here we go. He just hits that bottom line, scoots the middle of the corner. Craig Covington, that 96 machine, is there, gets the brunt of it. And I think I saw Tyler Needham get collected in it also, 21. Nick Zontner barely escaping. Let us know out there if the sounds, the voices are all good, comparative, you know, to where they were last week or the last time you heard us. Everything's running right. Pitting going on out here. We'll see who gets out and away. I'm seeing a ton of damage on our leader. It just might be on my end. I don't know how internet versus damage model sometimes affects. .057, the 3 car off the field already. Mark Jackson, Matt Egan there, taking it over the wall. Well, let's see. Maybe there's some people moving up in this field right now. See what they have to say. 57, Jeff Gilmore's always a good guy to talk to. We'll see what the guy that's most consistent usually will have to say about that. 57, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. Well, as usual, per your racing craft, find yourself in the top 10. I'm sure, you know, barring difficulties, we'll see you there at the end of the night.
Yeah, 10-4, just got pit here. My mission's going, dropping up. Pretty good there, right there. Sorry, guys. Yeah, just biding time here, trying to race, kind of change the way I'm racing, and gonna race hard, and if I get took out, I go tick out, because it doesn't matter if you're hanging back. like I used to do, just kind of hang back and buy time and still get took out. So it's been rough here the last few weeks, but we're working on it and hanging in there.
All right. Well, yeah, I see your connection is a little bit wavering there. Hopefully, if you don't have to, you can at least drop out of TeamSpeak for a little bit to help it. We'll let you go get that sorted out. But I hope you're there at the end of the night. I like seeing you there. You're the guy that throws the curveball to the rest of the top runners because you finish well.
Thanks, appreciate that. Yeah, I may have to pivot here. So thanks, guys.
All right, 57 Jeff Gilmore there. We'll let him get down to his room there and work on connection. You can even hear it in his mic a little bit scratchy there. Sometimes, like me, you'll hear me go maybe robot once in a while. That's good old phone internet connection. Not hotspot, but don't tell my service carrier internet. So let's look at that top 10 real quick. I think we're about to get the 1 to go signal. That was caution number 2. Just under 100 laps to go when we'll get the green flag. It looks like Jeremy Crandell's going to have to get the wave around. Smallwood maintains the lead. Not seeing that damage I talked about, so obviously on my end. Ken Richardson there. Looks like Travis Browder. Yep, there we go. Updating the timing loop here. John Pansula, Jeff Merck, Trey Galgan with a good move, 25th and 6th so far. Ray Richer there. Josh Scott is 8th. Sean Dewar 9th, and Zach Swain 10th. That's your top 10 so far. Just outside of that is a lot of really good drivers. All right, out there in chat, we got a little bit into this race. 2 cautions, 25 so laps, probably a good 15 laps of running around. What's y'all's predictions out there in chat, or who are you rooting for? I know we got your personal favorites, but who do you think can come from behind and steal away the show? We've had 4 different winners through 4 races. Does number 5 offer anything of that same? Alright, wait for that pace car to drop, get that Mustang out of there. Here we go, it's up to the leader at this. There goes the leader, he fires up, gets it going. A little bit difficult here at Charlotte. The tires do like to spin there on that front straightaway. Looks like a nice even kill restart, except for around 3rd place. Travis Browder, Jeff Merck, and John Pansula going to be hung up on the outside getting up to speed. A lot of drivers protecting that inside line, at least up at the front. Protecting everything they can so people can't get a run on the inside, or at least show the nose. There goes Jeff Merck, that 60 machine. He's running the outside groove. Trey Galgan almost grabbed some turf there, that 49. Trey's had some rough weeks behind him. Look at conquer Charlotte, at least here on Sunday night. Running real tight under a blanket from Mark Galgan, Pansula, Ray Richer, and that's Sean Dewar in the 65 machine. Pansula in the middle there with Mark. Door-to-door action going on with those two. Looks like Merck has the good run, but Ray Richter with the push on Pansula on the inside. Galgan, a little bit of a rough move there to enter that corner. Took away some nose air off the 60 machine. Fresh tires on these things, so our interview with Ray Richer, he was saying about 10 laps you can hold it down and the tires are still good. So I think any outside moves we'll see will be within these first 10 laps. We'll move away from the front at least. Let's go back to at least Keith Haney. He's there in the mix now in that 87D machine. 087 on the board. As Jared Daniels, Josh Scott to tow, the 023 and the 23, if that's not confusing enough. running the outside of McSwain of the 091. Will Davis just ahead of that group too. A lot of good racing here for a top 10-ish area of position. Guys can fall back and go in between. You don't want the guy on the inside to mess up if you're running the outside group at this point. Especially coming off the wall, it is a hard, and quick catch-up there on the outside if someone collects some wall. A little bit of blinking from the 91 of the swing. Not as bad as Gilmore had interviewing him. Car on the bottom, that's Craig Covington trying to get back out on the speedway. I'll click over to my points log here for the Sunday Cup Series. I don't think Mr. Covington has got a tremendous amount of points. I could be wrong. I'm not viewing it correctly, but still enough. He's out there trying to run the best possible point scenario for himself. A little bit of action going on there. Still with the 60th Jeff Burke, who continues to follow contact. 023 of Jared Daniels saves it. What a save. Maybe we get a replay on that 023. And they made some door contact going into turn number 3, the 60 and the 023. And that 023 really had to scrub some speed, and Ray Richer himself too. Congrats on both of those guys for keeping it off the wall after some, contact entering the corner. That is scary. That could have been a whole lot worse, but thanks to Jared Daniels and Ray Richer doing their utmost to keep it green. All right, let's get back to that action and see what's going on. Single car all the way back. I think there's some action going on in the 20s area. Maybe so. Around the 924 of Dylan Ackert. He's with Bob Wells and Nick Zontner. Dylan Ackert actually using a little bit of a bumper to move Bob Wells in that nice looking 42 machine. And then, Bob Wells into the wall. I don't think he's going to like what the 924 did there. I think 924 missed the entry into that corner and shot up a little bit. Yeah, he just scooted the wall and Bob Wells reacted to that. It's unfortunate. I think not too much right side damage on that 42. We'll go ahead and view him because he's running around Brandon Thornhill and James Haney at the moment. Not seeing right side damage too tough, but a lot of speed on a lot of time messed up for that 42. Hopefully the spoiler and the nose are okay. A little bit of a breakaway happening out front for the top 3 at the moment. Daniel Smallwood in that 5 machine choosing this race to stand out the front of all these laps. Lap number 40 coming up here soon. Browder having the best race so far. I've said that a couple times for him, but he's got to finish them. Ken Richardson having another great race here after Poconos in that 16 machine. Trey Galgan now door-to-door with Will Davis. Now you get it singled back out. As soon as we start looking at them, we'll make some moves here soon, hopefully. Well, how about that 85 machine running around in 12th at the moment? There, we tried to get an interview with them earlier. We'll maybe get one later on. I don't know, they're running pretty well here at Charlotte. They've had a little bit of cautioning so far, not as bad as Pocono was at the beginning of that week, but still rough on the edges sometimes, and now they're again showing the better side of the Cup Series. I know we didn't get to view it last week, but it was quite impressive, and I wish we would have after such a struggle week at Pocono. And I was there at least to type it to y'all, right? 85 Judd Danielson. Remind me in chat, we got to get an interview there with the sponsor. But really solid racing going on. Maybe some action going around the 091 of McSwain and the 87 of Justin Michael. You may be asking where the 87 went. He received EOL after being involved with that first caution. If memory serves me just a little bit ago, he did give a good shove on the inside bumper of the 24 machine. So, I don't know. Make up your own opinion. People don't like mine sometimes either. 60, 65, 091, 87, all running 2x2 right there. Around 10th place altogether, 10th to about 7th or 6th. Sean Dorr seems to be losing a lot of speed on the inside, makes it up in the middle of the corner, but that 65 machine pushes off the edge almost a 3 wide on the exit of 4. Jeff Merckx got away, 87, Michael's got away, McSwain trying now to make a pass on Sean Dorr. McSwain may be getting past here from John Pansula, 01. He showed late. Oh, McSwain almost went down that line. Pansula maintains really well, but he's going to get a lot of speed scrubbed off, and Judd Danielson in the 85, who we just talked about, going to make a pass. So tough racing going around the 10th spot, the 13th spot there. Again, still 2x2 up here. Look at the 990 of Will Davis. He's with Trey Galgan, Keith Haney, and Jeff Burke now entering that picture. Will Davis, oh, power move like it was dirt racing. Trey Galgan going to get the crossover there. '87, Justin Michael, late entry into that corner to take away the spot from Keith Haney. Keith Haney backed out of it a little bit, at least on the angle his car was at. Man out of the shotgun, now back looking to load up as the 60, but he lost a lot of speed through those transactions. Trey Galgan maintained more than most after that strong move from Will Davis. Momentum is key at this track here, along with aerodynamics in these Cup cars. Justin Michael was just up at the front of all that, and now he's just holding back just a little bit. Here's where he makes his run when he sees someone jump to the high side and have a bad exit. Now Justin Michael looking to do a single car run through the field. Keith Haney trying to maintain that outside. So is Will Davis. Good runner going around. We'll keep viewing it here. There's been a lead exchange that I did not know about. Travis Browder now up to the lead. I believe Mr. Smallwood may have hit on exit, and yes, that's what it's showing. He is going to need a caution to fix that right flare. That's going to hurt him aerodynamically and slow down his car. Ken Richardson will eventually pass him too. So T. Rowdy looking to get back to victory lane after his favorite driver out there takes away the championship. If we all watched NBC in that 4-car race with 30-something other drivers on the field. And it is a nice smooth sailing for Travis Browder, the most successful lead he's had all season. I'll have to keep on monitoring the number 5 of Daniel Smallwood because, like I said, he'll eventually get passed up. He's protecting second, trying to protect as much time as he can. but aerodynamically wise, he will lose a lot of time. Got to be approaching some green flag pit action here in the next 10 to 15 laps. Have to keep our eye out on that. Got a pass going on. 87D of Keith Haney makes the pass, or attempted to make the pass on Will Davis. Who almost scoots that corner a little bit. Had to check up for the car on the outside. That battles are still going on. I know we covered that a pretty good amount. I'll try to look through the field and find some stuff that's going on. Maybe Ray Richard door to door with Pansula. .44.01 there. Battling hard on the back straightaway with Josh Scott in tow. 14 of Robert Panic Mattis off the speedway. So, a little bit of action there. Ray Richard loses a little bit of time off of John Pansula, who's pulled all the way back to 13th after that good pit stop action that got him towards the front. Keep rolling through the field to see who we can find. Last car in the lead lap is the 76 of Ronald Klein. I don't know if we got some pit action going on already, but he qualified 6th and is 32nd. His teammate Jeff Merck is 33rd. One lap down. May have something to do with it. Trying to find some action going on. It looks like the 60, the 76 have all pitted because they're flying by cars. We'll stick with that 60 machine for a little bit, see what time differences he's getting. I don't know if it's a successful thing to do, short pitting here, and may not even be short pitting, but you know, a different pit schedule than what is needed. Yeah, he's flying up on that 88 machine. Gets around him. Yep, definite tire difference there from the 60. So, still out front is Travis Browder. Number 12, I see being called out. Trent Drum's running around 19th spot. This chat keeps going away, I gotta keep pressing it. Seeing the shout out to Will Davis earlier. Sorry if I'm missing some of these things. Yeah, Trent's not having a bad night. He's just, you know, even keel right now. Hasn't been like the same races we've viewed in the past. We're a little bit of a heavy wrecking. Dealt some blows forward and blows backwards. Would have figured some of these guys would have started pitting, but like I said, some guys look like they short pitted to take a chance there. Rolling around on my end at least, trying to haul out a good spot for D'Amico to look at. They're all single file, no one's dooring anyone. I see Randy Arms in the 83, almost spin it on pit road entry. And Brandon Thornhill spins it, nails it. 68 machine. There goes the nose. He's got to get it out of there. Yellow, yellow. Not sure if it's because of that. We'll have to see. It may have just been the 68 of Brandon Thornhill there. I don't know why, but I think maybe Justin Michael. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Sorry, my replay came in late. Yeah, we'll have to see it on Mr. D'Amico's, and hopefully he caught it all because iRacing took away like 10 seconds from me. All right, starting with the 01 there. All right. Hopefully Mr. D'Amico is right, or at least close to it. Obviously, you're seeing it on his, and I'm trying to capture it and give you some commentary here. God bless my internet sometimes, and it goes away. He said he had to check up and just got nailed in the back and ends up in the grass and now on pit road. Gonna have a lot of damage. Yep, we're gonna be right here with our leader on pit road. He's in, Justin Michael's in. Like I said, I didn't think this was a great time to be short pitting with the first green flag pit stops coming up for all those drivers. Looks like Smallwood Bay got out second. Browder maintains that lead off of pit road, barring anyone staying out themselves. Richardson back to third, and Keith Haney now fourth out of the pits. Let's see. I did mention bringing up the 85. Maybe I can get two quick interviews here. Keith Haney, never mind, is mic'd out at the moment. See if I can't bring up that 85 of Judd Danielson. Hey, Judd. No, that's Zach McSwain for some reason. I was trying to bring up Judd. Let's see if I can't bring up Judd. Now I owe Mr. McSwain an interview because I accidentally brought him up. Good on me.
Yeah.
Yep, there's Judd. I think I finally got the 85 here.
Hey, guys.
Hey, so I tried to talk to you before the race. Again, always saying thank you to our sponsor for the Cup Series here. Running around, I know you haven't ran every race out there, but, you know, what's the 85 doing tonight?
I mean, I'm hanging in there, guys. I'm just trying to play it smart. I had a rough Thursday and Saturday, so just trying to get myself a finish tonight. That's all I want to do is just finish one of these things this week. So just a shout out to all the veterans out there with us and not with us anymore. The Abruzzi 85, we're hanging in there. I think I'm down a little bit on some RPMs. I'm not sure what's going on, guys. I got to do some work on this this crew a little bit, but otherwise we're having fun. Just hanging in there.
Yeah, I'm glad the 85's out here having fun. You know, we do like seeing you on track, Judd. I know you're a busy man this time of the year. Anything about Abruzzi you want to get out there? I know we're coming up on maybe the last time to get those sales in and get them shipped out.
Yeah, we got a 10% coupon going on. You go out to abruzziusa.com and pick yourself up some nice racewear. We'll get that stuff out to you. We're right up against the edge of making it to you before Santa Claus drops down that fireplace. So get out to abruzziusa.com, take a look around. It's Holiday Savings, I think is the coupon name. They'll give you 10% off anything you buy at the store.
All right, Judd, thanks for that quick plug there. I like trying to get you up here. Hopefully we do see you finish the race here tonight as we're under, I think, our third or fourth caution. So, good luck with the rest of it.
Sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right. Abruzzi Racewear USA. Judd Danielson, the main guy there on the USA side of Abruzzi Racewear. I believe European-based or UK-based at least. I do owe McSwain now since I brought him up and took him away. As long as the 091's still good with it. He's running back around 23rd at the moment, trying to catch up to the field. By interview, Trent, you know what? I'm writing the list already, ain't I? I had Judd on that list, crossed him off. Got to put McSwain up there since I dragged him up accidentally, and we'll see after that. I think we'll put Trent Drum written down there. So we're about to go back green flag racing on lap number 64. We'll have to complete that circuit, but 18 of Browder leading it with Smallwood on the outside, not caring about that damage. Richardson, Haney, Galgan, Daniels and Danielson, that's going to hurt. Richard and Donahue and Zontner is our top 10. There goes that pace car. Browder, wait until the flag is shown. That's not going to help the field out, but good for Browder. It is his option to restart whenever he chooses until that green flag comes out. Smallwood trying to get speed on the outside. Richardson down there. Haney down there. We'll have to see what happens with the bunching it up here on that restart. See some cars back there trying to get out, get some clean air towards the rear of the field. Few cars off the 990. Will Davis already off the track. Sean Doran 65 off the track as we get back under green flag racing here. Strong move from that 16. Smallwood dives into the inside after that move. Maybe a little bit bumper tag going on. Jared Daniels, Keith Haney, Trey Galgan running out behind there. Ken Richardson wanted to get down the inside, chooses not to. Probably do it now on the exit of turn number 2. Haney trying to make moves too for himself. He's there. Look at Trey Galgan, 49 running there. Jared Daniels looking for a successful race up there in that Glock machine. Oh, looks like Smallwood may have made some contact almost off the corner, or has momentum like crazy. Now to the inside of the 18, the 5 machine goes, clears him. He is shot out of a cannon. Richardson tried to follow suit with Haney. Haney's still door to door, so is Richardson and Daniels. Smallwood has lost that momentum, finally. Took him almost a half a lap to lose it. And Richardson, late move. Oh, Jared Daniels wanted to protect the inside, had to back off there. Trey Galgan now in between those two. Ooh, almost some pushing off the corner. Jared Daniels may have the position going into turn 1. Ken Richardson fighting for that spot on the bottom side. May not be the best momentum with the fresher tires. Trey Galgan now completing the outside run. Has some help. Keith Haney, Ray Richer, who we talked to early on, now looking to come up to the back end of the 16 and gives us some help. Ooh, 49 with the arrow push. Keith Haney had to check. Wow, that was almost disastrous. Another good save outside of turn number 4. By 2 action going from third place back. This is how immediate these drivers feel that they need to make some passes. Over halfway, lap 70 going to be completed, coming up at the line with Daniel Smallwood out in front of Travis Browder. Good pass there from the 023. Let's move back to the 97 of Nick Zontner, now door to door with Keith Haney. Keith Haney had to check up a lot of speed and momentum with what happened in front of him we called out moments ago. The 091 of Zach McSwain off track. Well, that stinks. I was going to give him an interview next. I do 091, so try to write it in my brain here. Jeff Danielson marking around. This is a top 10 battle. This is where we see probably some of our most intense racing outside of the top 3 guys up there. Getting to 10th place is hard enough on the track at the moment. Zontner, Dylan Ackart, Garrett Potts, who controls 10th place in that 40 machine, doing really well 40th to 10th. Ain't too bad of a run so far. Has to mark the end of the night there, though. Tough racing. Even behind him, look at that. Josh Scott, Tyler Needham, Kyle Chadwick. All these beautiful done up paints there, even from Kyle Chadwick in that 88 machine. Well, I'm running through the field trying to find the best possible racing going on. Look at Justin Michael making another run at 87 with help from the 60 of Jeff Merck. Now running door to door with Brandon Murray. Brandon Murray not giving it room, actually pushing the 60 machine down to get the momentum with the 87. Two well done up cars right there, U.S. Army, and I believe that's a Wounded Warrior POW car there from Mr. Merck. Gotta watch where those bumpers hook up, the 60 and 87. Just doing an arrow push all together. 87's fast. Don't know how he's going to do in traffic way back here. He may have a little bit of front end damage. I know he had to avoid that last caution on the field. Even keel racing going on. A little bit of hiccups, a little bit of mistakes so far tonight, but not too many, none too significant. Maybe that last one with Mr. Pansula involved in it. Let's see, there's probably about 33 cars on the field and only 25 of them on the lead lap. Let's shoot back out front and go take a look at those leaders and see what they're doing. T-Rowdy still trailing behind that 5 machine. Ain't much racing going on there, just following the leader a little bit. Gary Daniels, probably a little bit of surprise third place run right now. The man can run, seen him run well, but like a lot of drivers that get caught up and stuff, finishing out races, but so far so good for the 023. Ken Richardson's right there in 4th, and Trey Galgan will be your 5th place run out so far. Everyone's under a blanket here, about running the same speed, same groove. Maybe some racing going on around 11th spot with the 924 and the 40 machine. That is Ackert and Potts. Navy and Coors Light schemes going on there. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you look at that 40 machine, though, that's a throwback to one of the last Sterling Marlin paint schemes. Yep, so some good racing there. We viewed that, and it's quick passes. Hopefully we get to see them in time. Got some action going around that 12 machine of Trent Drum right now. Got passed by a few guys on the inside. He's rolling around 20th. Even all the way back in 20th, there's tough racing. looks like, you know, a couple other guys got off the track. I don't see any other drivers that have got off the track, but they're running around with this 12 machine, losing a lot of momentum so far on the inside of that speedway, but still in the lead lap. Probably looking for some fresh tires here for that 12. John Pansula, a lap or two down, trying to conquer that position. I think there was a few guys caught on pit road or just off of pit road during that exchange where the caution ended up. Still maintain that 25 cars on the lead lap. Gene Rogers in the 017 being the last of it. So let's look at our last guy in the lead lap. See what's going on with him. Running out there basically solo. But he is running stars and stripes. Gene Rogers just looking over real quick on the point side, running about 18th in points, so looking to move up through the misfortunes of others at the moment. He could make some definite foothills in that now. He can close out this race and move up in a few more positions. Well, looks like the race out front continues. I keep seeing them get like really close. I'm looking at the scoring loop, how close they are at the line, and it looks like Browder may be trying to make an outside run here, thinks better of it or wiser of it, or doesn't have the momentum. Those two are nose to tail tonight. Well, let's maybe go down in car real quick. Let's go down in car of that 18 machine and see how he's approaching the leader in front of him. Yep, looks like Mr. Browder just missed that entry there. We'll see how he does it. I mean, he's doing everything just as good as the 5 machine in front of him. Looks like they're coming up on some lap traffic. I imagine in this green flag circumstance, we do have at least one more green flag pit stop to get over. So that is the next obstacle for these leaders and the rest of the field. All right, let's go ahead and get back out of it. Looks like, you know, just maintaining, wanting the 5 machine to make that mistake. And he obviously did it during the last run. Daniel Smallwood probably clipped the wall or had to, you know, scrub some speed off. Well, that was an interesting in-car there. Pass for position going on between Keith Haney and Ray Richer at the moment. Looks like Gene Rogers is coming off of pit road trying to get back up to speed. Most cars are door to door battling it out at the line. Keith Haney with the nose there for that position. He'll make the pass eventually. Oh, almost contact entering the corner. Probably a little bit of a tricky point, getting right apex on the outside when you're used to running a single car line. So Ray Richer going to lose out on the position. He's officially in 7th. Now has to worry about the 97 Nick Sontner behind him. Battle still going on around Garrett Potts in that 40 machine. Justin Michael trying to again charge through. Don't know how much tire he has left with that car. Second time through the field that I know of for him. Oh, makes a quick inside move over to get past the 924 on entry. That's accurate on the outside. Potts trailing behind him. A lot of speed you can carry, or at least maintain, in a 2x2 pass. The 87 really had to check up speed. Chief Shaw there in that 05 is just looking onward. As is Gene Rogers, who has fresh tires, is going to be powering through these guys. Well, I mean, he took off a lot of speed just to do that. Guys, that's nice of him. So, usually you get right on the bumper. As where the 87 stands right now, he would lose out on a lot of points overall. Not helping his case with Daniel Smallwood, who continues to lead the race. So we'll have to monitor the 87 versus his point situation and see where he ends up at the end of the night. Pitting going on. 88 of Chadwick is in. I believe Ray Richer is also on that same margin. Donahue looks to be coming in. Looks like Tyler Needham or Brandon still on the line there. Chadwick out and away. So pitting on lap 95 for these guys as we come to lap 96. So about 30 to go. These guys are probably stretching the number right to the dot on their gauges. Ken Richardson, one of our leaders early on, is in, as is the 87 of Justin Michael. Pitting starting to happen here. See 55 about to come in. Wondering, yep, here comes our leader, Smallwood, Browder. See Haney back there. I think Dylan Ackert was one of the top 10 guys that stayed out at the moment. Smallwood is in position for a good pit stop. Hopefully he gets it here. I see the 40 machine has disconnected. Not sure why. He was running such a great race. Out go those leaders, so we'll have to see where they end up. Ackert's finally on. Trent Drum on pit road, so just maybe one lap after our leaders. Not a bad call. They're getting the lap 100-ish on fuel range. Imagine they'll all be safe out there for fuel, barring, any of the other shenanigans that might happen. This may offer some separation between Smallwood and Browder. Let's click over to that 5 machine and see what he's doing. Looks like he's running out there solo almost. Ken Richardson and Travis Browder with the runs at the moment. They're battling for spots. I think Browder thinks he's a little bit faster than Richardson at the moment. Might have to wait for some tire wear to happen. 18. Browder making that move right here. Gets the rest of the guys to go with him too. Richardson's probably going to have to make a strong move between the 16 and 88 at this point to maintain that. Looks like Chadwick had a great pit stop because he's found himself all the way up to the 5th spot or 6th spot there. Randy Arms, Trey Galgan's still out on the speedway. Not sure if that's going to help them. They may be going into pit road here shortly. Yeah, so some blanket racing yet again. Smallwood not able to step away from Browder. We'll see if that battle continues. So far, Smallwood in the second half of the race not able to, well, not making a mistake, and Browder not able to get back up the front. Richardson now having or wanting to challenge that. There goes Jared Daniels below the 88 of Kyle Chadwick, who rebounds on the outside of the speedway coming through the front stretch. Going to eventually lose that position. Jared Daniels, a solid run for that 023 again tonight. Chadwick, caution on the field. We'll get it to you here shortly.
What are you doing there, bud?
44, Ray Richer involved. Replay coming up. Contact between Ray Richer and it looks like Brandon Murray. That's the 44 and the 2 machine there. Both trying to go for the same spot to get into turn number 1. .40 machine, or 44, I believe got his car going forward eventually. Or, yeah, he waited for traffic to clear. He's going to fix that manually and hopefully get back out there. But the 01 is off the field. I don't know if that was involved in, but 244 are part of that caution right there. When this replay ends, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, get those sponsors some time up there, and we'll be right back here live on MaxSpeedTV.
And we are green. Evenly start inside line with the edge.
Mark Jackson just slower than Wesley Hollinger.
The drivers around the corners as long as they hit their...
Max on lid. We're racing race number
1. All right, back here on MaxSpeedTV with the Loose Lug Nuts Racing League Cup Series, sponsored by Bruiser Racewear USA. Oh, a little bit of pit action going on here with that late caution. I know those leaders didn't want to see it, but so Trey Galgan, Randy Arms, Justin Michael probably took 2 tires out here. That's the 49, the 83, and the 87. The 87 is going to be fast, but I don't think he's as fast as he needs to be with 4 tires. So basically after that, it's Smallwood, Browder, Richardson, Chadwick, and Daniels, the same 5 we've been monitoring up front during that green flag exchange. So shakeup, that's what I'm saying. There's a shakeup. We'll have to see how that plays out. Usually it doesn't work in the favor for the guys behind them because obviously the leader changes, and it's usually the first time the leader sees the front, and restart is key. Brandon Needham off the speedway. So Justin Michael trying to conquer those points. Maybe he's listening. I guarantee you he is, at least out there listening, making sure, because I do offer a decent perspective on where they're going to finish with points, because it does matter, especially if you're the guys that are always out front running there. Points are hard to come by. Pace car lights are out. Like I said, a little bit of shakeup. Galgan, Armours, Michael, Smallwood, Browder, Richardson, Chadwick, Daniels, Haney, and Zotner, your top 10 at this moment. I'll have to see what happens with those guys with different tires going on. May look for a quick caution here.
No go.
Maybe looking just for field position for the 49-83. With a two-tire exchange and see if it benefits them turning the car. If you're just tuning in, great time to catch the race. 125 laps is the mark we got to get to. Pace car lights are finally out. I thought they were out just before. I know I keep seeing Trent Drum's name come up there. And he's rolling around in 17th. Almost got back up to that qualifying position. But on the lead lap, that's what counts. No up and downs for Trent. He's just, like I said, running his race in his bubble. All 20th ain't last in the 43 card field. That's middle. Well, hopefully this is the last time we get to see that ugly looking pace car. Yeah, that's my wish at least. I know we have 3 green-white checkers scheduled. Aaron Bennett in the 031 off the field, over the wall, whatever you want to say. He's called it an evening. That pace car looking to drop. Here we go. Let's see what Galgan does. He jumps to it early enough. Green flag racing yet again here at Charlotte. Did not see any quick tire turnover there. It's just, you got to worry about that on some restarts. 49 machine now out front and trying to move away with the block from the 83. There goes the 87. Trying to make a move. Gets the block. Top racing coming up front here. We may see someone make a mistake. Galgan out there, door to door, 83 and 87. Galgan gonna lose a spot, 3 wide, entering turn 1. Justin Michael chooses to back out there. Probably better to protect his points. Ken Richardson moves to the top side. Smallwood Browder trying to find the best hole. Browder able to work with Randy Arms. I know they may be in the same TeamSpeak channel. There goes Smallwood choosing his own horse there of Trey Galgan. Still got it rolling here. Justin Michael trying to get back up to speed, as is the rest of those leaders of the actions up front where it counts. There goes Randy Arms off of turn number 4. 2 to 3 laps in, and the tires on the inside can't keep up. The tires on the outside. Now that will flip-flop really quickly as Randy Arms gets to that lead. Dana Smallwood not want to see that, because now Browder has the momentum. Smallwood trying to get around Galgan now. Ooh, contact with the 16 and 49, almost on entry there. 49 wiggles on middle, able to collect it. So there goes Trey Galgan, did his best out front, now probably going to get railroaded. We'll stay with Randy Arms, Smallwood, and Browder. Smallwood now over the 18 machine. Randy Arms, I'm surprised as long as he has been up front with not as many tires as the guy behind him. There goes Smallwood with the pass. Browder's going to try to do the same thing. So Randy Arms able to hold on to tires longer than Galgan. And I think that's really shown 4 versus 2. But boy, you can hold on to this track even with 2 tires out front. Smallwood getting some major trouble here, running door to door with Arms. He needs to keep up his momentum ahead of Browder. Just wait for that mistake in front of him. Has some good racing out front. About 10 laps to go at the line next time around. 10 fingers down from the flagman. 96 off the field of Craig Covington. So we'll maybe get some quick battles as long as there's no lead exchange going on. Smallwood had to slow his corner there. Going to lose the official line to Randy Arms. Blocks a little bit on the 18 to slow his momentum. Smallwood now shot out of cannon, trying to get around Randy Arms, who's, just driving the dominant line at this moment. Oh, Merck into the wall. No caution just yet. 60 machines into the wall. Fortunately, into the race, want to cover up front, see what's going on, but that 60 machine hard into the wall. Maybe it blew the engine, but enough to where it didn't call the caution. We're on lap number 117 of 125. All right, a little bit of action going outside of the leader. We'll view maybe a little bit further back. Keep an eye on those timing intervals. 88, 87, 87 made the move with tires. He's holding on the best he can, better than probably Galgan. Well, not as good as Randy Arms, but obviously falling back through the field. So that action went away quickly. Maybe find one more before the end of the race inside this top 10 area. I go all the way back to 10th where Josh Scott is. In that 23 machine with Trey Galgan. Trey Galgan restarted first, now into 9th, trying to hold on to what he's got. Followed up by Dylan Ackert, Chris Shaw, James Haney. There's a lot of guys trying to get into that top 10 spot at the moment. Let's instead, I hate to say it, and I want to go through the field a little bit more, but we need to stay towards the front here as we're 6 laps almost to the end of this race. I'm surprised, really surprised. I'm not sure. I tried to go back and look when we were on commercial break at what these guys did. Smallwood really falling off, maybe getting a pass from Travis Browder. There goes Browder to the inside. Smallwood probably trying to figure something out himself, or at least if he's not going to win it, maybe Browder just needs to go ahead and go get it. Now they're still running each other hard. Maybe this is the best way to catch up. Oh, there was no contact there between Smallwood and Browder. There was definite net code. Mr. D'Amico, we got time to go take a quick look at that? I want to show that because that was definitely net code, and we saw it on Thursday night and probably last night too. Going into turn 3, this is the worst spot for net code on this track. There was no contact. There was 2 feet between that car. Let's go back live here. 83 out front. Caution! Oh boy. We have a green-white checker coming up. Let's see where it happened. 12 of Trent Drum, 85 of Judd Danielson, and they disappear on my end. It started with a 3-wide situation between 85 and 2 and the 12. Ugh, 12. Yeah, 12 trying to not get that. That front straightaway is not, the straightest straightaway you've ever seen. It's a little bit confusing sometimes, but you got to stay down there when you're on the inside, especially on a 3-wide situation. Fortunately for Trent Drum and probably Judd Danielson, that's going to end their night. At least the 12 took a major hit. And that 12 keeps her going. He's got to, at least for points. Looking at Trent Drum tied for 14th in points. Maybe he just has to stick this one out, dropping some oil at the back of the field. Well, if you're Randy Arms, you're kicking yourself. This is not what you wanted to see if you're the 83, because he had a lead by at least 2/10. 83 out in front. They're going to come down pit road, baby. No! Oh boy, there is a big split, and I think it's enough of a split that it's going to affect the racing. Officially being extended to green-white checker. There are, I'm confirming, 3 green-white checker attempts here tonight. There is a lot of cars that stayed out and a lot of cars that didn't. Well, maybe not so many that stayed out. Let's see. Browder stayed out. Ken Richardson stayed out. Nick Zontner. Daniel Smallwood. Probably smart on him. Looks like Panic is back out on the field trying to make up some laps. So I would say 5 to 6 cars stayed out. But, welcome to the Brucey Raceway USA Cup Series. So far this season. At the end of the race, we always see those late cautions. They're downheartening at times, but as a broadcaster up here in the booth, there's no more exciting way to end a race when they're all, bunched up together. So Justin Michael may be the first car with fresh tires of the group behind the leaders. I don't know how much is going to affect, because we saw Randy Arms obviously stayed out there to hang on to that lead. Now that's going to just flip the script here. Well, who do you got now, chat? Browder's out front with Richardson and Zontner. We see our 5th winner here in 5 races. Can Smallwood get back to the lead on old tires? Million questions here. Some will be answered very shortly. Any idea, chat? We're going to see 1 attempt, 2 attempts, or we're going to have to use all 3 here tonight? Last time we seen Browder restart this event tonight, it was he had a slower restart than what most people. So hopefully those drivers remember. Well, the Smallwood family, I would expect you to pick 5. I'm rooting for a comeback here, for at least on that perspective. Five's a good hole shot, but he's got damage in 4 old tires. New tires, old tires. It may not make a difference if we see multiple green-white checkers, how many tires you really took. Two from Lynn out there on chat. The way racing's been going lately, I would say all three may be used, but I'm hoping for one quick green-white checkered here. I am spent vocabulary-wise, but it's fun up here. I think the 12 asking for EOL there, or just receiving it. Smallwood could be a factor. I think if we get into 2 green-white checkers, where the tires won't really matter if you took 0, 2, or 4. I don't know. Is Travis Browder and the rest of them a genius for staying out? 4 of them stayed out, the rest pitted. Don't really know. It may end up just to this restart. We've seen some aggressive restarts and quick cautions in green-white checker events on Loose Lug Nuts Sunday nights. Here we go, either way. There goes that ugly-looking pace car. Sorry if you're a Mustang fan. There goes Browder. Quicker jump than the last time. That is going to help the 97 and the 87 on the inside. Smallwood stuck on the outside with Ken Richardson, who did not think that was going to happen. It's going to take a longer time to get up to speed, but those guys that are nose to tail right now will power past the 18 machine if he does not block momentum. Zontner now on the back of the 18. Still looking for that white flag. White flag means we're going to end it. Oh, Zontner. Contact with the 87. Jared Daniels, 87 around. Caution before we hit the line.
There's a bumper bar laying somewhere in the page.
We'll have to go back and look at it. I believe it was around the 87 where contact started. Yeah, we'll get down there with the 83 and the 87 on this replay. 87 on the inside, moves up to the outside line. Let's see. Just check up, and a lot of places where cars were that the 87 and the 83 couldn't go. 023 off the track after a great run tonight. It really started with that checkup, if we view this from a longer standpoint. 87 out of turn 2, gets it going and moves to the outside, and then the checkup in front of him with Smallwood and Richardson. Yeah, there was some major checkup there. Maybe unavoidable, the 83 and the 87 getting into this. I'm not sure who else got into it. There was other contact out there. Maybe Donahue may have got a piece of it. 87 going to lose some points here tonight. Well, that leaves Browder and Richardson out there in the front. Chadwick third. Ackert fourth, and Smallwood maintains fifth, even though it looked like he clipped some of that wall off of turn 4. Second attempt. Chad's looking like a genius right now. I still say we're using them all. And it's definitely tough out there at this point. Everyone wants to end the race. No one wants to go to green-white checker to be truthful. The drivers don't. I do for y'all's viewing purpose. I get excited. I get to see the drivers making moves. And you're hoping they're all clean moves, but there's tire difference. There's line difference. Who makes the mistake? Who doesn't? It's a guessing game when we get down into these 3-lap runs, 2-lap runs. I would bring them up to interview, but these guys need to focus. I don't want them thinking about what I'm saying. So that's why we've been quiet on the mic for a little bit towards the end of the race. get these guys focused. I have some drivers out front, even not knowing the ending of this race. Browder and Richardson both looking. Chadwick's up there in third. Dylan Ackert really wants a great finish. Smallwood wants to maintain points. If we look at Smallwood in fifth at the moment, I think Keith Haney may be the next man up to challenge him for some points. But Keith Haney would obviously have to finish in front of him. I'm not sure he can. He may have been involved in some wrecks going on. Nope, Keith Haney's back in 13th, so he could do it, but Smallwood, out of the drivers in that top 5, other than Ken Richardson, doing the best possible. Well, those pace car lights are out. Roll in your bets right now. I know we're still betting on the personal favorites, but I still think this is anyone's race. Just don't go betting like the guy did for the Astros. Save your money. Before we go back green, there is 25 cars still on the lead lap and probably 26, 27 cars still on the field. Again, 42 cars started tonight, 43 logged in, full field, 5 weeks deep into this season. Here we go, that pace car's down. Browder, early jump again, spins the tires, collects it. Not a great start. Chadwick, spins the tires himself on the apex of the front straightaway. Smallwood down into fourth. Dylan Ackert trying to get up to speed. Chadwick, maybe a little bit of bumper tag, didn't see it at that point. We're trying to get back to the white flag, or at least that's what the drivers are thinking. Richardson to the outside, he takes Chadwick with him. Chadwick jumps to the inside. Browder still controls the field. Oh, around goes Ackert. Caution. Well, like I said, 3. We'll have to go back and look at the 924 machine and see what happened. Replay should be coming up. Yep, it was actual contact this time. As I've said, turn number 3 has not been nice with the net code. There was actual contact between the 49 and the 924. I'm not sure where the 49 entered the corner. I'm going to have to get out a little bit of ways myself and see these camera angles. I know the 924 was high on entry. 49 maybe stuck it in too late. I'm not sure. Contact in the bottom between 924 and the 49. That'd be Trey Galgan and Dylan Ackert. 924 doesn't look like... Oh, yep. Just as my screen says, no, you can't view this anymore, I believe someone else hit the 924. Oh, was it Keith Haney? I know that's part of Third Rock. Maybe Brian Abbott or James Haney. Oh, Jeremy Crandell. Maybe with that hit. Not sure. He's on pit road. Ugh, that stinks. Saturday sponsor there, Scoops Ice Cream in Florida. He nails the 924. Both of them trying to get away. It looks like both of them do. I don't know how. The 924 flipped that machine almost. Both of those cars up on two tires. Looking back on the delayed replay here. Good angle for Mr. D'Amico. Heavy hits. Especially on the nose of that 73. At least these crashes have been between 1 to 2 cars. If we're looking for a positive outlook on it, and maybe you're not, I'm not sure, but positive, 1 to 2 car incidents, and they're not, stacking them through the field after they spin out. So good avoidance from those drivers. Drivers are moving up. Some of these guys are probably like, thank goodness we weren't under full green flag, because a lot of them have moved up in points just as we stand right now. Tyler Needham, Bob Wells getting back up towards the top 10. Some of these guys needed that extra time. But, again, take your small bets here. Browder, Chadwick, Richardson, Smallwood, so that hasn't changed. Zontner and Chief Shaw now maybe in the mix. Don't know the tire scenario. Go ahead and give your final shout outs to your drivers out there. Randy Arms may be rolling around like a modified. Not quite sure why he's doing that. Probably just trying to maintain points, truthfully. He may blow the motor when he accelerates that 83. Five Stoke does got a chance. I think a lot of people have a chance. If there's contact up the front, who makes it through, and then after that, who has the momentum? We might be seeing Talladega all over again if y'all remember viewing that a couple of weeks back with the special event on Halloween. That crazy finish. We might see another one of those here tonight. There is no more yellow flags going up. We will be racing back to the checkered. I don't think iRacing throws the caution in the green-white checkered scenario when you reach your max attempts. And it could, and I could be totally wrong. We'll have to wait and see. I don't think we've ever gone to, a caution after the white flag, or before the white flag on the third attempt here at Loose Lug Nuts Racing. But tough racing here tonight at Charlotte. 125 plus laps at this point, and we're about to finish this race out, no matter how the drivers want to react and act on the speedway. This will be the final go at this. Waiting for Browder. Waiting, there he goes. He spins a little bit. Didn't see too much spin. I think Chadwick had the worst restart out of those top 4 guys. There they go down. Richardson with a lot of momentum on the inside. Caution. Is that the caution I see? Oh, see. Boy. We're going to have to back it up. I know the 49 was involved. And the 924. Are these the same two? Sheesh. Oh boy. So that's going to end tonight. Technically, Browder, Chadwick, Richardson, Smallwood, and Shaw, the top 5. I wish that would have come back. I was hoping iRacing got rid of the caution. That's the first time, at least Slug Nuts, we've gone to green, white, checkered, and not gotten to the white flag on the third attempt. First time. Usually the admins are chewing down the bit of getting the race finished. So we'll have to get ready for this interview. Be short on the mic real quick and get these guys ready. Alright, well, I got the top 3 lined up. I'm still seeing people behind the pace car because I'm in a replay mode, and that's what I do sometimes. But here we go. Let's get our winner because I know the man's going to be happy. Mr. T. Rowdy.
Hey, how you doing?
Boy, championship, Kyle Busch. Race winner, Travis Browder in the 18. Did you pull momentum from your buddy there? Because, boy, you had a heck of a race. Maybe not the greatest finish we wanted to see, but heck of a race. You were definitely a top contender to win this.
Oh, yeah. The car was really, really good on the long run there tonight because about 10 to 15 laps it started to come in because on that, I think it was like the second run of the race, that car just came in. Like, we were flying. We had a great race tonight. This is a win for us, and Kyle Busch won the championship, and I think it brought us luck tonight.
For some reason, things keep going on here. I think people are moving themselves or moving away. But sorry about that real quick. We'll have to see what's going on. We lost our third place guy. I mean, T. Rowdy, he's had some down so far this season. What does it mean to take one home finally?
It feels great to be back in victory lane for sure. And I'm going to give it, and with this new wheel, I got to launch that G29 a couple months ago. Try to get used to the wheel, and I mean, I was shining tonight for sure, and it feels so good to be back in victory lane for Loose Slug Nuts. And we won here back in the Coca-Cola 600 special event race, and this reminded me of this race for sure.
All right. Well, T. Rowdy, go ahead and thank those sponsors real quick, and we'll let you get off to celebrate some more.
All right, thank you. You guys in the booth, John Hendrick over the top paints and designs, all the admins that put this on for Loose Slug Nuts Racing, thank you guys. Feels so good to be back in victory lane. And congrats to Kyle Busch on the championship today for the NASCAR Cup Series for 2019.
All right, there goes T. Rowdy. Finally got a hold of Kyle Chadwick. Don't know what's going on with TeamSpeak here, but 88 Kyle Chadwick finds himself Mr. Top 10 in second place, 38th to second. Why no qualifying for you?
I mean, as you've seen, a lot of wrecks. Just wanted to keep it clean to the end.
Well, I mean, there wasn't, many as last night, but yeah, there was a few wrecks there, especially towards the end. That unfortunate caution, but maybe fortunate for the 88 team moving up towards looking at points. You really recover better beating the points leader to the line of Smallwood. What does the 88 team have to go to next week to the flat track in New Hampshire?
Oh, I like New Hampshire, so that should be a pretty good one. I'm happy with the points day. Would have liked a little more, but content with it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, that's the 88, short and to the point there. And it's truthful, though. You got to finish a race, look ahead to the next one, and see what you have to do. But, go ahead and thank your sponsors out there.
Just thanks to you guys for broadcasting, John for giving us a league, and everyone down there at Team Chevy.
All right, Mr. Chadwick, we're going to let you go. Go celebrate your second place, man.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to look through the standings here and see who the next man up on the board is. Let's see. I don't get to talk to the 05 a lot. Again, Chris, you there? Oh, boy. I think he maybe stepped away. I was looking for a quick interview. Maybe Smallwood can talk real quick. We'll give him a quick shout out. Mr. Smallwood, you there? Geez. They all step away, have to use the restroom at the end of the race. But we'll go ahead and call it a night there. That's my last attempt. That was some top 5 guys. Want to go ahead and thank everyone for tuning in here to Max Speed TV. All through that 138 lap race of 125 scheduled laps. So again, Abruzzi Racewear USA, your wear, your way, sponsors Loose Lug Nuts Cup Series here. We got Scoops Ice Cream, the new Xfinity sponsor going up. I'm flipping through some of my sponsor pages here. RaceGear.com, Over the Top Paints and Designs, Lugnut TV, MaxSpeedTV, ASN. Thank everyone for tuning in. We'll be back live here next Sunday at New Hampshire, like I mentioned, down to a 1 mile track, flat track. Hope everyone can come tune in, root on their favorite drivers. We'll see everyone then, and stay safe.
Is